I return to A Train. Okay, so before we start here, I just wanted to point out, um, first of all, I apologize for the incredibly repetitious song going in the background all the time. The reason, perhaps, is because there's a select music here. I have selected all music. There were about 5 songs selected, and they probably just kept playing on repeat. So hopefully we'll get some new music here, and I also lowered the volume because it's very loud, repetitious music. Anyway, continuing on. Let's go back into here and find out more. Do you feel confident you can fulfill our agreement with the local government? Yes. 3 years is actually a surprisingly long time in this game. Using the features I've shown you so far? Well, I've got one last feature to help you with, the help feature. Okay. La 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 la. Great. So now... Okay, great. Let's do a speed up here. Fast forward. Let's put an alarm on the 21st, and we know it's probably going to be about 10 a.m. when that thing finishes, so... Now we're making money. There we go. For a while there, we were losing some money. Congratulations, the annual number of tourists has reached 10,000. That's half of where we need to be. There we go. The appointed time has been reached. Game paused. Okay. Let that run, and this should be... It's double time. There we go. Finished. Okay. Oh, shoot. I haven't been paying attention to the train here. Stop. Okay. Now that it's here... Oh, it is. I did put it down as a 5 byte. Okay, never mind. Didn't have to worry about that at all. Right. Ooh, see? The town is developing and the store is full. It's very full. In that case, it is not that train that I want to be building up. It is this train. This train should be... It's already filled this one up, too. Wow. This one, however, it is not. Why is it not dumping there, then? Let's go back into the operating schedule. The route. West Nagashirojo. Oh, freight dump. No, not up, down. There we go. So, okay. So it does it for both locations. That's unfortunate. You can't pick a stop and then tell it, okay, at this stop, don't. That's kind of annoying. Anyway, so now this one should be filling up. And since they are full, which was unexpected, I'm going to not do anything to adjust this train, because we don't need more freight cars. I think you can take it out of town, and they will sell to the neighboring towns. I'm not quite sure on that. Oh, and we can see we have emptied the storehouse here. Right, so what we've got to do here now, whilst we're waiting for the things to be met, and if we look at the report, we are... Please get out of the way. Okay, it'll take a while to get to 20,000 people. The annual number of tourists, that's going to come in, but it'll come in a lot faster if we do this double rail thing here. So let's get that started here. We've got to do, not a new station, we've got to do a new rail. We're going to lay the rail line. And please build over here, thank you. And we will confirm to the outside world. So... Let me see. I think what we're actually going to want is just 2 trains bringing people in all the time, rather than having one train go all the way out and then all the way back. Is that true? Yeah, I think we can handle that. But what I'm going to want... Okay, let's lay more track here. I'm going to want to connect this all the way up. Oh, I need to expand that station. Whoop. Okay. Confirm that connection there. Then we got to expand this station. We'll wait until that leaves. If you remodel a station while a train is in there, it will remove the train and then put it in your inventory, and then you got to place it again. So let's get this train out of here. There we go. And then we will pick, let's see, it is South Enamori, remodel, pick the same station, platform 2. There, that's better. And then we got to go back into trains now. We got to go to this train, the electric locomotive. We got to go to operating schedule, and we got to make sure that its route is not going off the edge of the map. So grab you there, and we will have you turn around here, because we want to be dropping off materials up in this area so that this city can develop. And then one final thing, now that I've got a connection there, we need to go to the train that is going outside of town, and we need it to turn around here. The reason for that, because we do not want it to be blocking the same route as the electric train. If you have them going in the same direction and they meet between stations, then they'll just stay there forever. Again, really annoying that they don't have signals in this game where you can just say, okay, hey, if there's a train, you know, stop and then wait for it and all that stuff. Things that you'd find in, like, OpenTTD, for example. But if they meet at a station and one of them is turning around, the train here will just wait for this one to leave and then it'll enter in. So, kind of important there. Outside, okay. So, you know, ideally what we'd actually do is have like a triple rail so that the middle rail would just be running freight all the time. We would have an up and down loop for passengers. Speaking of... No, not trains. Let's go to plans. Boy, it's still going to take forever to get us a new train. I was hoping I could get a new train that has more passenger capacity, but not going to happen. So, I say we hit this to 5 now, and we should be good to go. Okay, now you're going too fast. But the train is turning around. So as we can see here... Oh, shoot. I gotta go... I gotta go into this train. It's you, yeah. Ooh, and it's full of people. Well, that's okay. Operating schedule, operating route. So now you're going all over the place. We need you now to go to, let's see, Tomoto Station, pick up South Enamori. We need you to be dropping off. Enamori, we need you to be dropping off. Alright, now we should be good to go. Now everything should be set up for quite some time. And I'm not seeing the little bubble telling me that tourists are waiting. Oh yes, another thing that was mentioned in the dialogue of the tutorial, but not brought up other ways, is that a problem you might have for doing what I'm doing here, where the trains are going out and bringing people in. If you bring too many tourists in, it can basically muscle out the local traffic as well, because you have local commuters who are trying to use the train line as well. So that could be another thing. Like, if you're going to be doing that, you need to be aware that you will have to basically, you know, make those stations bigger, bigger capacity, so that they can handle your local traffic as well as your outside tourist traffic. For this map, it's kind of awkward just because all roads lead to Nagashirojo. You want all your tourists to be here, so, you know, it's kind of hard to, without having, you know, 5-6 different tracks going to make that happen effectively. We are seeing some development here, though. That's really good. I do not know... Okay, there's some development happening there. There's some happening out here. So eventually what will happen, and we might see it by the end of this mission here is that along these roads is where most of your development happens. So you can put in roads yourself. We could drag dirt roads and paved roads and all that stuff to help encourage growth. But basically what's going to happen here is that over time, all these little cities, these little villages and towns will merge together into one big city. Now we see over here, we've got a lot of little farm towns out here. We could be connecting them up too, also making money off of them. Thing is, they're behind some mountains, and I think I'm going to need that technology with the subway technology. I think the subway technology includes tunneling technology, and that's how we get out of here, because you cannot go up a sheer cliff with rail. Something that I have not shown off is that when you are laying rail lines, you can set the height of it and an incline. So we could make, you know, a ramp up the mountain if I so chose. Not going to do that, obviously, but that is one ham-fisted way of getting rails up here. But then, you know, you see there's no room. There's no room for this stuff. I don't believe... No, they haven't given me access to trucks yet, excuse me. It's not all just trains. We can have trucks. I don't know if there's airports in this one, but we could have delivery trucks taking these materials back and forth too. Buses are a thing for getting people around. So, yeah. I mean, we could develop some train lines out here. I just don't see it as being really worth my time. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of money too. We'd have to dig up all of these farms to get it down here. But there is a ramp right here. So if I were to do so, I would have to do some funky stuff there and somehow get it to line up in here. Like I'd have to do a loop to hook it into this train line, which means more devastation, more destruction, more expense. It's just not necessary right now. Well, you know, maybe we could do a little bit of funky stuff. You see, these ones are not developed with anything. They haven't developed roads there. We might be able to loop through there, but... yeah, we'd still have a hill to go up that way. I don't know. I don't see it as being worth it. But, oh boy. So where are we at here? That's not what I want. Reports. Yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of tourism. So let's set it to hyperspeed now. 20,000 tourists. Okay, so you see here on day 11, we're going to get a talking to again. But I think because we've gone through all the tutorial hint stuff now, it's going to be like character development, dialogue, unnecessary visual novel type stuff. Let's see here. That's... tourists just reached 50,000. Yeah, so at some point everything takes off exponentially. We should end the tutorial with about 600,000 tourists. And hey, how about we build a golf course if this next project goes well? What? And use that as the foundation for developing a resort? Everyone's doing that nowadays. So you'd think that this would be like, oh hey, now we're going to get to do the subsidy stuff and put down a golf course somewhere. No. No, this is just a dialogue between these two characters, where the guy is like, oh, why don't we make one with cute girls as the caddies? And he's like, you know, that's kind of sexist. And he's like, well, okay. I don't know. I guess it's just there so that, you know, if you're sitting here like, oh my god, develop already, eventually every now and then something comes into the game to engage you. But it's just like, holy crap, guys, come on. We are seeing some development here. Okay, let's go to normal speed. Let's see, what is that? Can I not? Okay, this is really finicky, but there's a way to get the cursor. Get out of train. Why isn't it doing it? There's a way to get a cursor going. This ain't it. Is it in... oh, because you have to be in isometric mode, right. There we go. So now we can see it's a toy store. That may not seem like much, but what it means is that the town, now we can see the people. Now we can see how many people are waiting in that station. And we can see that, hey, these people are angry. Why? Because the train didn't have capacity to take 1,000 people back to the next destination, especially because the train we're using to do this is the materials mover. We're out of materials, by the way, so we're not delivering anything. If we actually had a commuting train here, we could expand this a lot. So, I really don't want to do it, just because it's expensive and a lot of work, but let's do that. So I think, let's come in here. We're going to demolish there's got to be a better way of doing this. We're going to demolish this single line here. We'll get rid of that one there. Okay, confirm that, and then we will now lay... I should do that one too, actually. Lay down 2 lines. Let's bring you back, because I'm going to have to spin you into here. We'll do that. Confirm that one. Lay this one. Gonna have to fix that. Demolish you. Lay line. There we go. Okay, and then we gotta come down here, and we're going to... Oh, damn it! Why aren't you staying connected? No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Okay. Actually, that's not where I want you either. There. Oh, crying out loud. There. Pin it down. Okay. Confirm. Also, these little switches here, you can't do a cross switch. So, like, I couldn't put one here. Oh, I can. Oh, I can. Oh, what? I wasn't able to do this before. Maybe the way I was trying to do it just wasn't working. Still, though, even by doing this, I don't think they will automatically decide. Like, if I had this train being like it was going to come in here, and there was a train here, I couldn't have it recognize, oh, there's a train there, I guess I'll take this route. I don't think it does that. I think you have to go into that schedule and tell it, hey, hit the switch. Which is unfortunate. Okay, so what am I trying to do here? I guess I can have a commuter train specifically from here, because what else are our numbers like? Inamori is fine, Inamori is fine. So yeah, because we've got 2 out-of-town trains bringing in a ton of people here, this is why we've got so many people. And then, how's these ones? Nobusu's fine, Nagashiro West is fine. Okay, yeah, so basically it's just this line right here is super congested and we need to fix it. So a few things we need to fix, because now I've added this line, we need to come back into this one, hit your operating route, and that's not the right one. Operating route. Yeah. So I need to have you go all the way through. That's interesting. I think I've figured out how to solve this. We can make a loop. So if I do the same thing up here, we can have that go... Yeah. Yeah. Okay, no. Excellent. This saves me money on a train. So let's get in here, lay another track, and hopefully these aren't close enough that this is going to cause me issues. I think it is. Damn it. Okay, we gotta, let's see, pick it here. That's going to be ugly, isn't it? That ain't going to work. What about here to here? Okay, we get that one. So at least we can do that. But this is a real problem right here. See, because if I could do that, so I could have it come here, but there's still a potential where this gets blocked. I guess we can try it. And you're gonna be a pain. You're gonna be a pain. Okay, what about this then? Alternatively, we could just say don't worry about this and just have it run straight without having to create a loop and do fancy stuff like this, you know? And then I could have like a secondary spur come up here, and then these two could just fight for tracks. Or vice versa. I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, let's try this anyway, just to see if it works, just for fun. Why not? Okay, so operating schedule. Operating schedule, thank you. Route. You're going to come down here. You're going to enter into this side. You're going to go out. Up here. Go straight. No. Wrong idea. Oh, shoot. Crying out loud. Get me back to Tamori Station. Alright, so it comes down here, it goes this way, and then it should head back that way. That should work. I think. Because if we have it go off that way, yeah, it's going to go in the wrong direction. If we do this, if we do that, it's just like, hey, dummy, the faster way here would just be going back and forth. Okay, I think this will work. So now we got to go to this locomotive, who is full, and operating schedule, operating route. And now that you're here, I need you to go off in this direction and then come back, going in your own loop there. I'd still think it's better that these two fight and just not have this loop, but I just want to see if this works. Okay, so we will speed the day. 30 kilometers worth of track. And we're following that. A little bit nauseating. Maybe we need to do this instead. See, the problem with this is that, God, there's a lot of people on those trains, is that the orange line, the suburban line, goes out of town. So I think we may want to have another line anyway, just so that it has a second train going out whilst that one comes in and turns around at Enamori. But we haven't had a red flag any. The game will pause when your trains are having problems with each other. So we're not having that issue. So this loop works. Okay. It's kind of a mess, but if it works, right? So let me see here. That train, or that station, is completely devoid and empty. Okay, and here's this. It must be being used to develop because it's not... We're not taking it. We're not pulling it up. So this was full, and now it's empty, so local development down here must be growing. It's alright with me. about here? Got a lot of stuff here. Maybe, well, no, it's being used. It's being used. That's all there is to it. Not able to take as many people. This 24 wants to go to Nagashirojo. Yep. 300 people there. Okay, we have cleared out the stations, though. So this is working. What's your deal? No, it's nighttime, so you can't do anything about that. Okay, well, just keep going. Fast forward. It's literally going to take forever, and I think I may probably end up pausing. Where are we at here? 90. Okay, we're about halfway, almost halfway to the tourists we need, and then halfway to the population we need. All right. Yay, town population. I've got a report for you. I'm delighted to announce, thanks to all your hard work and assistance, we've already reached the halfway point of our goal to the town's population. You should really pat yourself on the back. This town is much more lively now. Did you hear that? We're doing great. Well, you got us halfway there, but we still got a ways to climb yet. You do keep up the good work. I'm counting on you. Yay. Annual tourists, 100,000. We've been getting a lot more tourists coming to this town, haven't we? We have indeed. Thanks to your efforts, we've made it halfway to our target. She says something else here. Okay, Nagashirojo is growing. Okay, I thought she was going to say, thanks to this, we can now do more... Ooh, the road has grown. What does your job entail? Okay, well, he's basically just like, yeah, I can develop new trains. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause and we'll come back. Wait a minute. Before we go, pause. Just, thank you. I want to see what this is. I want to see what I want to see. I think it's developing. I don't think it's built yet. But what is that? Is that a bathhouse? It's a tea house. Okay, so we're getting some commercial buildings coming here. That might have already been there. What is this? That wasn't there before, was it? Roadside station. And it's not connected to a road. Excellent. Good job, AI. The AI has got city planning chops, I tell you. Excellent, though. So that's cool. Oh my god, it's got inverted flight controls. We're seeing some building there. That'll be nice. Hey, that's a new thing. Low rises are developing. Excellent. Okay, well, yeah, so this should be a while yet, but I will come back when there's something to talk about. We just hit 5 billion yen in annual sales. Guess that's something. So we see here we're approaching the little paper here that shows that our research will be done. Oh, there it is. Something new is developing right there, but we've got an apartment building. Okay, nothing super special. I did notice something was developing down here. Another low rise. I believe low rises are, yes, commercials. So let's see, if we go back into our government, thank you. Move out of the way, please. Can't zoom in, unfortunately, but it's kind of showing that, hey, we got some stuff developing here. We got public buildings, we got, what's that? Let's see, that was that commercial. We got commercial districts developing in Enamori Village there. We got some commercial developing in here, and I guess that's what these are developing. So that's cool. Yeah, we can see them popping up here. We've got some residential, so that's like the big apartment buildings and all that stuff. Yeah, good. It's growing. Public transport utilization, 95%. Excellent. That means it's all efficient and working well. Anyway. Okay, well, our train is done. Let's look at what else we can do. Plans. So aside from developments like this, let's see, allows us to lay train lines on mountains and underground. So yeah, if I wanted to do some farm development, we could do that. Seasonal tour. A fall foliage tour. This will increase the amount of passengers we get on weekends and holidays. Probably want that, seeing as how it's going to bump us up. But if we do this, this extends the deadline on unfinished objectives Basically, this gives us another year, and it's immediate, I think, so why don't we just take it? Got a 1-year extension on the deadline. We wouldn't want it to go to waste. Why don't we do a seasonal tour? Let's bring in more tourists. That is, after all, the whole point and purpose of this. So, that'll take a month, and now that we've got that new train, why don't we do some upgrades? Not on you. Okay, let's see. You, that's this one. Yeah, I think... Yeah, okay. So you cannot, like, renovate trains. You basically just have to sell them and then replace them. So let's look at purchasing a new one. So the current train here, passenger capacity 96. Let's think about that as we begin. I already had a suburban train developed. I just redeveloped something we already had, because I is smart. You'll notice the commuter train does significantly more and has a faster boarding rate as well. Also compared, doesn't make as much money. It also has lower durability. So that's something that hasn't come in yet. I think that's in the next tutorial. Your things do break down. But if we had this traveling between the middle stations where all the people are, we'd probably move a ton more people. We'll think about this one. Right now, I'd kind of like to replace this little train with this one, though. Why did that capacity change suddenly? So, 630 versus 480, yeah. So we should definitely be swapping out these trains. Let's see. We're going to want 3 of them. And this electric locomotive thing is now going to be an issue because it only has so much capacity. Like, if we bring in more people, that's going to put stress upon the internal workings of what we've got there. I could change it to a commuter train, but then I wouldn't be moving materials around. I guess we just don't? I guess we just don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just don't. Okay, well, let's do suburban. We need 5 length, 3 cars. Give me 3 of them, please. And we will come in here. So suburban train 2, it's got people on it. Unfortunately, it is also my most highly profitable train. The only one that isn't making me money is that short line one. So we have to withdraw it. Let's not withdraw just yet. I need to copy it. Put it on this train. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Okay, so everything, operating schedule is on there. Now we can withdraw it. And then we place this one here. And I just want to make sure operating schedule. Yeah, all right. So now we can take this train and we can sell it, get some money back. And we will just sort of sit here and wait, I guess, so we can replace the second train. How is this one? Is this one back yet? Oh, hey, look at that. It's summertime, so the beach is now full. Cool. Okay, we'll wait until that one gets into the station, then we will do the same for it. Oh, it was going in the opposite direction. Of course it was. Stop. And then we will grab you. Surprisingly, not too many people on this one right now. Copy. And put on suburban train number 2. No. Let's try not to confuse myself further. Let's put it on train number 3, since it is train number 3. Operating schedule down. We shall withdraw. We shall now take train number 3, place, put you down there, have you go out, confirm. I want to make sure... Okay, it is going to take that route now. Excellent. Okay, so... God, there's got to be a faster way to get out of there. Out you go. Come back up to this station. And... Ah, shoot, I just missed it. Let's lower the speed. Okay, it's incoming now. It's getting to be nighttime. Move. Pause. There we go. So let's take... Okay, we can sell that one. Because that's the old one. Take suburban train, copy to that suburban train, and just the operating schedule, please. And then, withdraw. And then slap you down right there, confirm, and take you and sell you. Okay, so yeah, issues. We're gonna have tons of trains. The fact that this one now goes all the way to Nagashiro, North Nagashiro, I'm not too worried about it. We will see how much this brings in now. And how much we're going to have to expand our... Hello. I've been meaning to ask you something for a while, Miss Dogo. I understand the job of city planning is developing towns. Okay, so basically she's just like, yeah, this is what a city planner does. Okay. Annual railroad earnings, 1 billion. That is our, I guess, our gross. No one's hanging out at these stations. So that must mean we're moving enough people. Speed it up for the daytime, please. Okay, there's 170. That gets taken. Bringing 80 people back to the other station. Those are tourists. It's not counting local traffic. Okay, well, it seems to be working. These guys have been out of materials for quite some time. Are we not bringing... Oh, they're not manufacturing anymore. So over time, these are what these are. These are factories out here. Material factories. They make 5 a day. So we're probably just using them up. And this area seems to be developing right now. I think... Let's see, where is it? Yeah, there's the storehouse right there. So yeah, they've been using their materials to expand quite rapidly. That's good. That is very good. Was this building here before? What is this? School? Apartment. A big apartment. Yeah. And we can see here little houses building up, a gas station with just a tiny, tiny strip of land in the middle of nowhere. Something just built, a gas station down here. Every now and then those pop up. When's our next seasonal tour? 24 days. Okay, so it'll be in the next month. But yeah, so everything's going well. What's our statistics look like? 163. Okay, we ought to hit this pretty darn soon here, so I will pause and come back. And there we go. We just entered into fall, and we now have 200,000 tourists. We just reached the target. Congratulations, we made it. Indeed you did. It is thanks in no small part to your company's efforts in opening the tourist route that Nagashirojo is booming as a tourist destination. It is, too. Look at what just developed. It looks like all that time and effort we put into connecting towns with our small railroad has finally paid off. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I look forward to working with you in the future. Okay, let's slow that down just a tad. How are we on the population? We're close to the population. The whole town. So I guess it considers the entire map to be one town. And all of these little villages are a part of that or something. I don't know. We're very close to ending the fall tourist thingy. And I think, just for whatever shits and giggles, I will make the next thing the over-the-mountain technology, whatever. Something I'm not a fan of here is that it seems to have overlapped and removed the road once we went over it, instead of creating a crossing there. I don't know if the game develops that, like if it still considers... No, it doesn't, because you just saw that car loop around. We started our fall foliage tour. Okay, so that's in time now, yeah? Yes, it is. Okay. Well, let's get to subway technology acquisition then, why not? Seeing as how it's not going to give me another option for tourism until... Okay, that still left some tourists behind, unfortunately. A commuter train might be a better idea. People had to wait quite a while. But yeah, so that's how it is. Hopefully gonna be... Yeah, we'll be a few more minutes yet, so I will return. Merry Christmas. We've gone through winter. It's the winter solstice already. We now have a ski campaign, and we're still not there. We now have almost 500,000 tourists coming in, but we're still only at almost 17,000 people. We still have a very long ways to go. But I decided to keep this here so we can actually see what happens when we enter a new year. As you can see, Nagashorojo continues to develop, and quite largely as well. We've got an agricultural cooperative out here. We have a commercial zone for agriculture. Down here is developed quite a bit. Apartments. That's a big commercial one right there. A nightclub. What do we got going on down here? We've actually even got some big development down in little nowhere Nobusu. We've got an apartment, an eatery. What is an eatery? It's a big family dining area, I guess. A house. But what do we got going on with the big cities, you might ask? Well, we're still always continually short on material. But you can see they're starting to build in between little towns and villages here, so they are starting to get closer and closer together, becoming a metropolis. It looks like they're developing the roads out here too. So that's interesting. I do feel kind of bad that there doesn't seem to be any way across the tracks, though. We've cut off a lot of roads. But anyway, let's continue on here. There we go. See what happens when we get to the new year. Happy New Year! According to the economic forecast, we can expect what? That went by too fast. The music changes with the holidays. There's special holiday music. 4 billion earnings in our gross margin. 17. Okay, it's gonna be a while. I'll come back. It'll probably be sometime in the spring. 600,000 tourists, as I said. Something's coming up here, though, so I'll just... hold off for a minute. So yeah, numbers have been staying steady. We've had a ton of people still at these stations, but we seem to be moving them fast enough, which is good, because this is the only place where they don't seem to be getting picked up. You can see there's a lot of development been going on over here. Also here, like these towns are going to grow together here pretty soon. We've even got tennis courts here. That's cool. Did we miss it? What's going on here? I don't know what that indicates. Thought there was an event. Maybe not. Guess we missed. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. We finished with a surplus for, I guess, the first time. We're finally now more sales than expenses. So, that's good. We have 3 more years until the deadline. If we've been hitting our targets, we'll hit our targets. Don't worry about it. Oh, we are actually almost there. Hyperspeed. So yeah, net sales of 200 million. 16 billion in the bank. These are for this year, though. This is not... because I was at, I think, 10 billion last year. Well, we can look. Can't wait, company information. Timeline... Oh, man. Let's see. Annual railroad earnings, 5 billion. Net sales, 20 billion. So yeah, that was last year's fiscal gains. So that's pretty good. Faster, faster. We've started our flower sightseeing tour just in time for spring to be over. So yeah, I've been basically just getting seasonal stuff. I mean, we could keep expanding the deadline. We don't have to. Absolutely don't have to. Almost there. God. Just a little bit longer. And people are getting upset that we're leaving some behind because there's a ton of tourists here. We'd probably, like, if I was going to continue playing this, I would probably expand this further, either with another line or just get rid of that little commuter engine that's dragging stuff in and, you know. Well, actually, so what I could do here, talk about this before we end, what I could do here, since they're now going in a loop here, and there's no worry about head-on collisions, I could actually do that. I could just have one little train that takes goods to this station and then loops back around, and then have one that's purely commuter doing the same thing in a loop. Because if one of these slots was full, they would just back up, you know what I mean? So it would still flow. They wouldn't be necessarily waiting for each other. Maybe I should do that. You know what? What the hell? Why not? It's completely and absolutely unnecessary at this point, but we'll do it. I'm going to go grab a new train. I guess we'll have to purchase one that's purely commuter. And we'll buy 5 cars. And we'll confirm. And we will grab you here. Place you down. Grab you there. Thank you. Come on. Operating schedule. Operating route. Okay. We want you to go there. So it looks to be on the track. I guess it doesn't hurt. I'll have it come back that way, and then it'll just share the same area as that. We might want it to be on this one instead of that one, but we'll see. We'll see if it continues with its good things. Operating hours. Let's go with 6 to same time. Same time as everybody. All right. Now, I can hear the questions. How do we make the days change? Operating hours. Because I don't know this. I don't know how to turn off that. Maybe it hasn't been unlocked yet. Maybe when all that's fully unlocked, I can change the days as well as the months that it runs. Because I would imagine that, you know, your months would be something like if your town had a ski resort and you were taking a commuter train to the ski resort and back. Obviously, you're not going to run that all year. So maybe that's what this is for? I don't know. Anyway, I can't change it right now, so let's get back into the game. See what happens. Are you picking anybody up, sir? Okay. For a minute there, it didn't look like it was doing it. Okay, so we did have a little bit of a wait there, but because it's in a loop, thankfully they are not colliding with each other. So, yep, that train is probably not making any profit because of how short it is. But right now it is being the only train that does that. It is being covered by our weakest electric. Oh, even this one is making money. So it's covering the expense that we will lose with that commuter train. But the most important thing is going to be so we did have a problem. That's annoying, actually. That's actually really annoying. Because it thinks it's got to keep going. It doesn't stop. Like, it doesn't recognize that this could keep going. This just went right in front of it. Okay. So, well, the only thing for it is to withdraw it and put it back down. Okay. Well, you know, I tried something. Didn't quite work. I don't even know if it was actually worth it. I mean, it's losing a lot of money. And we didn't seem to be having a problem with people movers anyway, so we'll just take it away for now. And continue on. How's our deal? That's not what I'm looking for. We are at 20,000 people and you didn't tell me. I think that's a bug. I think it's a thing where you have to look at it before she's like, oh yeah, shit. The population of this town has finally reached the agreed-upon target. Congratulations, we've done it! This town has long been known as a comfortable place to live, but thanks to your company's efforts in establishing transportation infrastructure, it's become a wonderful place that's attracting more tourists than ever before. Once again, I'd like to thank you for all your efforts in making our goal a reality. Congratulations, we've accomplished all completion conditions. Congratulations, again. We've fulfilled all the terms of our agreement with the local government. I get it. This is the final development plan, but before before you became company president, so I really wasn't sure what to... What? I don't think that was translated correctly, whatever that... However, not only did you pull it off, you made it a huge success. This was truly some amazing work. Through this plan, our railroad has become an essential part of this town and the lives of the people who live here, as well as brought it a lot of prosperity. In other words, you've completed your first job with flying colors and fulfilled our objectives to the letter. Thank you. I can't say it enough. I don't know, you repeated yourself like 5 times there. We've met the completion conditions, again. But you can continue playing around in this town. If you would like to attempt a new scenario, return to the title screen from the system menu. I would recommend you try the next scenario, called the City of Hopes and Dreams. In this scenario, you'll be tested on how well you can construct a variety of transport systems, as well as your talent for achieving some real urban development. It's definitely worth trying out. Absolutely. In any case, let's keep working hard together, shall we? Okay. We will most definitely be doing that, but before we go, you know what? Let's skip ahead till morning so we can actually see this place in the daylight. Perfect. Okay. I think that symbol just means that the train is full. It couldn't load because it was full. But yeah, man, we've seen some development. I mean, this whole area was not developed when we started down here, so it is definitely getting the effort put in. Auto parts store. Come down here. This is now sprawling. Like, this wasn't developed at all out here, and this wasn't developed at all out here. Got a lot of people on that train. Hopefully they're going to be taken care of. But yeah, this has now gone from a tiny little town to now an actual city in its own right. And then this, the sprawl. If I went another, well, even 2 years, bear in mind, this all happened within about a year, because it was April of year 4 that we started. Heisei year, this is the Japanese era thing. We are currently in the real world in, I believe it's the Reiwa era? And prior to this was the Showa era? Prior to the Heisei era was the Showa era, is what I mean. So yeah, like 1992, whatever, that transfers into Heisei era 5, is now 1993. So yeah, 1 year's development brought all this stuff. This would probably all grow together within another year. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyway, yes, so we will be going now to the next scenario, which seems a bit more involved. This was just the basics. This deals with buses, freight trucks, how to actually utilize the businesses, because besides material construction from those warehouses, you can have agricultural production, there's other industrial productions. I know for a fact this city has an amusement park. That's what the first part of it is taking people by bus to the amusement park, but it's probably going to be just as long, unfortunately, to get to this. So hopefully, though, after these two scenarios, we'll have known enough that I can try to do a map from scratch. We could go through all of these, but I kind of want to just see what it's like to actually build something from scratch, because like I said, it is far more difficult to do something without villages already there, without a population already there, because we, the company, will have to basically put down a reason for the people to come. So, in this one, the castle already existed. On a blank map, I would have to build the castle or the temple or whatever. There's a few different building types for tourist attractions that we could bring, but it becomes much more expensive, and literally everything is on us. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I don't know. I'm not quite, as you can see, I've not completed this tutorial yet, so I'm not quite knowledgeable enough that I feel comfortable. But anyway, I see you next time.